Now today I want to read something to you from the Bible, from the New Testament. And I'll just read it, and then we'll talk about it. I'm reading from Matthew, chapter 10. Jesus said, "He that findeth his life shall lose it, and he that loses his life for my sake shall find it." That's a very beautiful verse, and it has a lot of meaning in it. He that finds his life will lose it. See, there are two kinds of life. In fact, in the Greek, there's psyche and zoe. Psyche, or psyche, as some people say, or psyche, is the ego life, the emotional life, which is basically the life that we know. That's all we know. But some of us know that there has to be more than just eating, drinking, partying, and working. We know there has to be more. Nevertheless, that's all we have. The life of pride, the life of emotions, the life of reacting. That's all we know. The life of becoming angry, and the life of getting one's feelings hurt, and the life of getting over on someone, and the life of pleasure, and the life of pain. See? The ego life. Well, but let's continue with what is that? What does the ego life mean? It's even more than that. What it is also the life of resenting other people. See, the ego feels it has a right to resent others. So it does, and it judges others. It judges others and resents others and hates them and blames them, okay, and criticizes them and badmouths them and talks behind others' back, see, or says nothing and smiles, but underneath resents them and judges them. See, that's the ego life. The ego life of judging others and being judged, tempting others and being tempted. The life of puffing up when someone says something against you, or that you think is against you. Puffing up in judgment. How dare they say that about me, see? And it's the life of taking umbrage, of being offended. Offended at the way someone looks at you or what they said. See? That's the ego life. The ego gets a high out of judging and being offended. See? And a high and so that's so Christ said, "He who finds his life." And then, of course, the ego life is also one of wants to feel good. See, the ego, the pride always wants to feel good like God. See, we want to play God. That's why we judge other people. The ego wants to play God. That's why it judges other people. But so that, see, God is both a king and a judge. So the ego wants to be a judge, judging others, and also wants to be a king or queen. So the ego puffs up with pride and wants praise. Praise, praise, praise is what we want. We want praise, worship, admiration, respect. That's what the ego craves. And so that's the ego life. And Christ said you have to lay that down. And he said, he that does lay it down, okay, he that picks up that life will lose his life. But he who loses his life for my sake will gain life. So what does it mean to lose one's life for Christ's sake? Here's what it means. It means, first of all, it means to make allowances for others, to overlook, in other words, without censure, to make allowances for others, to be patient with others. Some of you don't get, you won't see the connection. You won't see the connection. So if you make allowances for others, how does that mean losing your life? Losing laying down one's life, in other words. Laying down one's life means to gradually let go of those things that sustain pride, that sustain that hateful part of us that judges and condemns other people and leaps to judge and take umbrage. Okay? People do it to their own kids. They wait for their kid to make a mistake and then they leap and blame. See, I told you not to do that. See, judgment, blame. The ego gets a little high out of that. It's a chance to lord it over someone. Christ said you have to lay that down. Let go of that high, the high of hate. See, some people get a high from hate or contempt. See, some people will say, well, I don't hate anybody, but they have utter contempt, see, for some people. Utter contempt. And they get a little high from looking down at someone, you see. Christ said you have to let go of that for His sake. Let go of it for His sake. See, let go of that little high. If someone does something that's not so good, they make a mistake, then let it go. Maybe you see the resentment rising. See? Watch it. Stand back. Watch it. See? Let it pass.